Hey viewers, my name's Cara. I'm your host for Tuesdays on the Pagan Perspective, and this week we're talking about philosophy and whether we apply it to our paths in a religious context. The full text of the question will be in the description as always, so you can read the full topic and story that went along with the question. But the question, in short, is whether we consider texts that are generally considered philosophy, such as the works of Plato, Aristotle, and Epicurus, to name a few, to be religious texts. So number one, do we consider them to be religious? And the second part of the question is whether we apply any of those ideas to our own path. So firstly, I will say that, in short, yes, I believe a lot of things that are generally considered philosophy are also religious, and that they can be religious, I should say. The main difference being that philosophical ideas and views on the world don't have to be about anything to do with deity. They don't have to be about a belief in something more than humanity, I suppose I would say. And I'm not familiar enough with the vast realm of everything that is philosophy in order to say whether that is true all the way across the board, but the philosophy that I have looked into and what I'm remembering now from coursework in undergraduate school, they were all kind of ways of thinking about life as human beings and how we relate to one another and how we should live our lives. I was in the group in my class. We did a debate. Everybody was in a different group depending on what class of philosophy we had been assigned, and my group was the Epicureans, and so I remember specifically that being about how to live our lives and how Epicurus thought was best to live and what he found pleasurable, things like that. So they're not things that are always associated with what people think of as religion. People kind of separate religion as things that have to do with deity or things that are bigger than humanity, is the only way I can think of it. So I understand why they're classified differently. There are also things that, for example, Buddhism is often considered a philosophy, while others also consider it a religion. So I feel like anything that is labeled philosophy can absolutely be part of someone's religion, and if you consider it part of your religion and you view those texts as a basis for part of your religion, I find sense in that. Whether or not you consider it itself to be religion, I guess, is up to you, or that's a different subject, but there are definitely things that can be part of your religious path. So yes, I think that they are useful things to bring into your religious views and your spirituality. As for whether I personally use them, I think it depends on what it is. If we're talking about philosophy in general, there are definitely philosophies and philosophical ideas about the world that are big parts of my worldview and my spiritual and religious path. The Greeks I don't employ as much of in my personal path because my path isn't very Greek. There are some Greek and Roman or Greco-Roman deities that I have relationships with, but my overall pathwork is not entirely Greek, is not Hellenistic, so the amount of Greek philosophy specifically that I employ is much less. I guess I could say it that way. That's pretty much the bulk of what I had to say this week. Keeping it short for once. It's incredible. I will also be posting a video on my personal channel today, which is another of my witch camp vlogs. I think I have a couple of videos to upload. I can't remember which one's coming next. But, so you can check out my personal channel, see what I'm doing there. Also my Facebook page /CuteWitch772. and there are sirens outside, so it's a good time to end this video. I will see you next time, and until then, don't forget to be awesome, blessed be, and goodbye.